yeah. One more time around. Everything's slowing down, can't control it. Say that you're for me. Right now I need loyalty. It's hard for me to judge you. I've been in before this, I've been through the troubles. It's hard to let you in, I've been giving you the runaround. I double on the dosage, I don't need emotion, no. Right now we young and we dumb and we lit. Been thinking back before when we was kids, yeah. I was caught up in the mission. And we live for the moment, respond to a calling. It's bigger than all of us, right to the wheels. Give anything to feel something new. High if I fall, no I did it going all in. At the time I'm alive, right for the squad. No lights through the fog, but we made it, yeah. I'll be good by the morning. I feel like I'm falling.
Hey, what's happening, big dog?
Another blessed day, fam. How art
Dude.
thou?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Man, I'm freezing my ass off in Chi-Town, bro. It's cold and a bitch out here. But other than that, I'm good.
Let me tell you, Texas done flipped on that summer weather. It goes from being 78, 80. It's
Yeah,
not
so
bad. You get a breeze. Go ahead.
yeah, I'm ready to get back home, man. That is for sure. I'm ready to get back home. But shit, let me see. I probably won't be home till Saturday. I'm gonna be in Memphis tomorrow. But before we get started, I just want to say this is Street Talk episode 55, presented to you by Hip Hop Alliance Magazine, the most interactive magazine on this planet. That is no cap.
Squad.
I am your boy Mitch. To the left of me is my guy Toxic the Dunn. Man, we got a lot to talk about, man.
Facts.
I guess we can start because it happened in our backyard in Houston, Texas. We can talk about Snootie Wild, man.
Sad news.
OG.
What you think, man?
It ain't a youngin'.
Facts.
I don't know, bro. I kind of felt bad because Snootie Wild was like a really talented artist, and I had forgot about him.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? Then I started listening to his music, and I was like, damn, he had some jams. My favorite one wasn't like no mainstream song. It was No Kissing. That we don't do no kissing, no kissing, no kissing. Yeah, so prayers to his family. It's just sad, man. I was looking at they demanded answers. I didn't even know he had been incarcerated, and they said he got out and he was getting his life together. Man, he's just really, really talented. Gone too soon. 36 is young, man.
That is super young.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, man. When you said that, I didn't know he had been locked up either, and to hear that he's changing his life, that's pretty awesome. But 36, that's very young. That's sad news. And like you said, prayers to the family, kids, if anybody's involved, anything like that. That's tragic.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. And then this adds to the narrative for the city of Memphis. He was Memphis born. It's just like Memphis can't win for losing. So I'm just asking people to pray for Memphis, pray for our city, Dallas. I saw the day that it was 71 shots fired into a house in Dallas, bro, and 2 teenage boys was injured. It's going down, man. They're living on the dark side. So y'all gonna see why I say pray for Memphis, because like I said, they just lost Dolph, they just lost Snootie Wild. They dropping like flies, bro. Since Dolph died, that was one of my favorite rappers. So I've been following it closely, and so I was like, you can't remember when Mo3 got killed, bro, and I was saying like you can't kill a big dog, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because it caused chaos.
it does, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing you gonna gain from killing a big dog that feed a lot of people. You
Facts.
know, yeah, it's shit. We're gonna get into a couple things that happened in Memphis. Like say for instance, Straight Drop is the main character that everybody really been talking about. Allegedly, they say he has something to do with Dolph's murder. Um, through watching the blogs and stuff and doing my own research, the man shot up what was it a bowling alley full of people at 18 years old.
Damn.
So you know yeah, at 18 years old, bro. And so fast forward to 2020, allegedly they got they trying to connect the dots with a murder that happened in Covington. A lady lost her life. I don't know if it was mistaken identity, if it was on purpose, but he linked to that. Then you get the Dolph case, so that's three separate incidents that this one young man found himself in. You know what I'm saying? And so, but when you kill Dolph, it woke up a cold case. I don't know if you've been paying attention, bro, but it's a cold case. A guy came up missing. It'll be 5 years in July.
Hmm.
Hit Straight Drop's baby mama was dating him. She was 18, he was 36 or something like that. So you know what that was. And you know,
Man.
Straight Drop was in jail for the skating rink shooting, and she was with him. The other guy, the older guy. And
Yeah.
so Straight Drop get out of jail. The older guy come up missing. Nobody ever heard from him since to this day. So not only did he open, he was scot free on that case, bro. But they killed a big dog, so it just opened up a can of worms. Like so it's a long line of it's a snowball effect when you kill somebody like Dolph, and you kill somebody like Mo3. We saw what happened in our city, and it's still happening in our city.
Right.
My point on that is it's more scenarios that happen from just Dolph dying too, bro. And I'm gonna run it by you, but just listening to what I just told you, bro, would that classify that young man as a serial killer?
Well, because we never know. Everything's alleged. You never know. And the only reason why I say that is because we can't fault the system. Because usually when the system, oh, he never did this, he never did that, they send him away. But there's chance after chance. You know what I mean? As a parent, I tell my daughter that sometimes. I'm giving you chance after chance. If the system has given you chance after chance, if he is doing these murders, that is kind of symptomatic of a serial killer. But
Yeah, I mean
I
when
can't.
you when you three different scenarios.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. My bad.
No, you good. I was just gonna say I can't fault the system because usually they send a person away immediately, but it looks like they gave him chance after chance. And if he's committing murder after murder, he's a serial killer, and he missed out on his opportunities.
Yeah, bro. I gotta disagree with you on that one, bro, because the system should have never let the man out that fired, shots into a crowd of people. You know what I'm saying? He got out within, I think, a couple years or something, or maybe 6 months to a couple years, somewhere up in there. I don't know the exact number. Don't quote me. But
Right.
the system really failed. You know what I'm saying? If they keep him in jail, allegedly, it just looked to me like, it's no doubt that he had something to do with that man's disappearance. So it's like, if the system keep him in jail, that man don't disappear. He don't get to play his part in Dolph's murder or the Covington murder. So it's like the city of Memphis. I don't know if you know. Do you know anything about Memphis, bro?
Only thing I know right now is that y'all be safe. No, I know that sounds like I'm joking, but seriously.
Wherever it is, bro. It's they talking about the war overseas, but it's really a real deal war
Home
in Memphis.
first.
But But nah, the history of but Memphis though. But aside from the murders, bro, it's a dope ass place. Like I go there all the time. Like
Mm.
they got some of the best barbecue you can find. Um, it's like Atlanta is ran by black people. That's why I'm so disappointed in it because it's like every city that we got. Well, Atlanta holding it together. You know, I don't hear a lot about Atlanta, like I hear about Dallas and Memphis, but it's basically ran by black people. That's the most disappointing thing, bro. It's like they just collecting checks and they ain't doing their job. Police officers ain't doing their job. Judges ain't doing their job. Prosecutors, because that man should have never been out. You know.
Well, say for instance, if he, even though I champion like the chance opportunity, but that goes hand in hand if the person has been properly rehabilitated. Like if they
Mm-hmm.
haven't changed who they are as a person, and I'm not talking about a backstab. You know, some people like the song say they'll smile in your face, but they'll turn around and want to take your place. Backstabbers.
Oh yeah, that's my mama's song, boy.
Seriously though, but like because people they'll play that role just to get out of prison. If they haven't met that requirement to actually change who they are, then they're not rehabilitated and they shouldn't get out. But if they do meet those requirements and they have served their time, I don't see nothing wrong with the person getting a second chance. 50, I don't know, at a bowling alley though. That's crazy. And once again, you guys are tuning in live. Hip Hop Alliance magazine, the crunkest, livest magazine on the planet. Now, real quick, since I got y'all directly, true hood stories. Speaking of Dallas, so about a week ago, snowstorm. The Dallas. It was what do we call it? Dallasburg or something like that. It was frozen. Anyway, your boy, I'm hungry. I'm a big dude. You guys know I like to go eat. I'm walking. I go down to my car. Walking. Got my food. Your boy's hungry, ready to eat. Kill this shit. You know what I'm saying? This is what I do. I eat. Acknowledging that the ground is kind of slippery. You know, I got my J's on. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking fresh. As a big dude, you gotta stay fresh. The short end of it, I took one step on the pavement. Food, fuck the food. The money, fuck the money. You know what I'm saying? My pride at that point, all of it gone. I am alive today, but lesson learned: do not wear J's in a snowstorm in Dallas. It doesn't work out. And while you're eating, it's a terrible idea.
Yeah. Yeah,
Bro,
that's crazy, bro.
I thought I was good because when I made it the first time just to go to McDonald's, you know what I'm saying, I'm good. But on the way back, shoot, that first step, but I was out of there.
Damn, boy. When you get older, boy, you can't be taking them falls. That shit hurt. That shit hurt. But yeah,
The
back
next day.
yeah, back to what you said, like the programs, bro. I say all the time, like TYC saved my life. That time that I did in there, like it changed my mind. You know what I'm saying? Because I really applied what they was giving me. And I was like, man, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be in here where motherfuckers telling me when to eat, when to piss, when to shit. You know what I'm saying? When to go to sleep, when to wake up. You got to march and all that bullshit. I didn't want to do that no more, bro. So, but some people, bro, like I gotta say, bro, it was a time I was sick in the head. Like I was on the dark side, you know. And I just thank
Mhm.
God that I didn't stay. But a young man like him, shit, he needs that. You know, they failed him. They failed him in the public. They failed Dolph. They failed that man that lost his life. They failed a woman that lost her life, and that's you never know if it's more. You know what I'm saying? But
You never know.
like I
That's the
said,
thing. Like you
yeah,
said, is he a serial killer?
if he committed them crimes, hell yeah, he is. That's three
Yep.
different scenarios,
Yep.
you know. So it's no telling what else he has done. You know, he part of a little gang called Chula Mafia. You know, that's what I was gonna say, bro. Everybody associated with that shit has been picked up or questioned or something regarding the Dolph case or that Covington shooting. So now they looking at you know, it's people that's associated with them that's getting caught doing tax fraud, um, PPP loan fraud. Like now the feds in Memphis now, so it's like
Eh,
everything finna get shut down and exposed. We got that boy Dapper
Not just
Dave in the
Memphis.
building.
Salute.
Oh
Real
yeah,
quick, hey, y'all better
shit.
go check out Joe Budden now. I mean, not Joe Budden. Joe Biden. He put out he owned them PPP loans. Okay, I don't know how many P's is in it, but he on that PPP ass. Okay, let me tell you, whoever, anybody, not just Memphis. He just this was I think it was on Shade Room last night or today. Just be on it. You know what I'm saying? Make your paperwork is in order. That's all I'm saying. What up, bros?
What's happening? What's happening?
Hey man, real quick, you didn't want to go look
Oh
at
yeah,
that
most
house?
Definitely. No.
Why, bro? It's direct. It's in the cliff. You know what I'm saying? Where we?
That nigga, he sent me a text talking about, hey man, it's 1,800 square feet for $1,000. I look at the house. It was a trap house, bro. So I was like, I can smell the crack coming through the vents, man.
Bro, the fact that I even called my mom, and my mom was like, that's a drug dealer house, right? I was, how you know this, Mom? It's a known fact, honey, that's a drug dealer house. Okay.
All right. Oh shit. So man, E.
Yes, sir.
Can we address the elephant in the room before y'all make jokes, man?
What's that?
It's extensions. Who in the mood? That's all I have to say. So what y'all talking about, man? I see Pray for Memphis, man. I know it's a lot of stuff that's happened in Memphis since Dolph died. To be honest with you, man, I don't follow it too close. Money Mitch was telling me some shit. Very, very interesting, and I assume that's what y'all were talking about.
Yeah, if this young man is really a serial killer,
one
murder, 2 murders, 3 murders, that's tough, man. That's tough. You know, you got to answer to God for those lives. It
go back to what we were saying about.
No, go ahead.
You remember we was talking about both 3, bro, and we was like, it costs everybody when you kill a big dog. Like, you better off with the person alive than dead, because like with Dolph, Straight Drop got a damn cold case that's done popped up now, and it's probably gonna get reopened because the people like the bloggers is picking it up, bro. Shout out Just Say No to Skull. He did an interview with the man's family last night. You know, so it's bringing it up, bro. It's crazy. You know, so that's just one guy. We can go on and on and on about what's going on in Memphis right now, bro. Like, you know, they just caught the 16-year-old boys with the submachine guns. They had a car theft ring. It's just like when you kill a big dog and you kill somebody as important as Dolph or a Mo 3, bro. Them kids got some kind of app on their phones, bro, that unlock brand new damn cars. They're taking them right off the lot.
Bro, that sound like some. Was that going in 60
so
seconds?
Straight Drop, if he did do the murders.
Go ahead.
You said it sound like some what?
That sound like some going in 60 seconds.
No, I was asking you what it say. You said it sound like.
It was a movie back in the early 2000s where they were breaking in and getting out in 60 seconds. Stealing. That's cold blooded.
Insane.
Man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to switch devices, man. My iPad ain't gonna let me be.
Okay.
It's like, even though Mitch don't even have his camera on, we all had the same thought. It's like, all right.
Wait a minute, what's going on here?
Now, real quick. Can I just briefly, guys, because I heard that we cut somebody on the team.
Who?
Michael Gallup.
We cut Michael Gallup?
I heard. I don't know if it's true or not, man. Heard we only got 3 people. Sir, heard it's your boy Amari, which I heard he on the chopping block. I don't know if he gonna make it, man. CD said Noah's still on the team. He's still there. But I heard Gallup, he got the axe. I don't know.
I hope that ain't true. I would get rid of Amari Cooper before I would Gallup, man.
Amari is our best route runner, and he got the best hands.
I don't know, man. I think you can make it with Gallup and Cedric and CD. I think Amari is going to be too expensive. He's on the older side. I wouldn't mind parting with him, bro.
How old are you? On the older side. Now I'm playing.
I would.
Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm back. Okay. But yeah, so Maybach, if he was to, if all this comes to be true, would you classify him as a serial killer?
Absolutely, man. Yes, sir. And he needs to be locked away and never see the light of day ever again if this is true. But that's terrible, man. I look at Memphis, and we were talking the other day, and you was like, Memphis is just like Dallas, and I agree. It's just smaller than Dallas,
Yeah,
cutthroat when it comes to handling business, man. They start them out real young.
yeah, it's definitely draining, bro. I want to stop watching it, but I can't, bro, because every day is like you never cease to be amazed. Like it gets deep, the plot gets thick, it thickens and thickens and thickens on a daily basis, bro. And like like me, he was saying, like bro, the Young Dolph murder has opened up so much shit, PPP investigations, tax fraud. Um, it's gonna be a RICO.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, and it's probably gonna be one of the biggest ones we've seen in the hip hop game.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
here's the thing: for how long? For about 6 months of balling. I don't even know if it was 6 months. Maybe $15,000 to $30,000, and that it was just too short. It wasn't worth it. Just not worth it.
then that music that he straight dropped that music was straight trash.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
you know what I'm saying? That track house shit was garbage. Like, you
Yeah.
did that shit for a little 5 minutes of fame. That shit crazy. Now your life gone. And I just wish that we as black people, like I was telling E2, the most disappointing thing, bro, Memphis is ran by black people.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, like they not supposed to be looking like that.
Right.
Especially not with us. Especially shouldn't be us that's going through what they're going through.
Right.
Like, and I was telling E, it's a beautiful place, bro. It's a dope ass place. I go all the time. I'm in Memphis all the time.
Right.
It shouldn't be that way. You know what I'm saying? And then the young people's mentality is totally different than ours because it's like they make you choose sides nowadays. I ain't
Yeah.
never seen no shit like that before. Trap Boy described it best. He said, "You can play both sides, but you're gonna get hit when we slide."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way to sum it up. So Jeremiah Taylor, who was tending to the Young Dolphins Memorial, got killed in Memphis. Now I don't know if he was doing no street shit outside of, but it seemed like he had a straight laced life to me. He was a masseuse. He did them exotic massages for the ladies, and he tended to Dolphins Memorial.
Right.
So I don't know what y'all
Prayers.
y'all want to get y'all thoughts on that, but it's like, yeah, prayers to his family, man. Rest in peace. He looked like a stand up guy to me. I just don't understand our mentality where we'll just do some shit. Like, he probably lost his life because he was simply tending the Young Dolphins Memorial, man. What y'all think about that?
Mm, I don't know, man. It just sounds like Afghanistan right now. It's a bunch of guerrillas out here fighting in their extreme with their beliefs and how they move. It really does seem like a war zone. And to me, bro, if any politician really want to get my support, which I don't I follow politics, I just don't believe in it. Bro, you could take these areas and clean them up. There's no way on earth the American government couldn't lock that shit down. When they sent troops out during the civil rights movement to be able to make sure these kids were able to go to school or march or whatever the case would be, they really don't care. And if you leave power in the hands of people that are damaged themselves, it's sad to say, look at Africa. It's sad to say, look at Memphis. It's just one of those things where I wish our American government would step up and show us that they care, but they don't.
Well,
Real quick,
the feds are there now, so they in there. So we can, they probably won't have nobody on the streets
Yeah.
between the deaths and people going to jail. Go ahead, E.
Kamala Harris,
Oh man.
protect the LBGT community. You know, when you were born, the first thing you was a black person before anything else, and you gonna protect the LBG community.
Yeah.
The fuck is wrong with you?
You got to shoot
What's
Obama too, though.
Yeah.
I saw that today. I was like, "What's wrong with you? You were black first before anything else. Y'all get everything else done. I haven't seen you this whole presidential campaign, and this is what you come out with. You were black. Never mind.
And it's debatable if she's black. That's what the debate has been since the beginning. Is she really black? I personally don't believe that she is, but I mean, hey, this gay agenda, you gotta do that at Obama too, man. I mean, Obama traded health gay rights, man. That's just what it is.
Where has she been?
Yeah. We haven't seen us since we have.
Man,
But that's all.
let me say this about Kamala. Let me take this off the screen. All right. First of all, the president is so disrespectful to the black community. Like he blatantly disrespects us every chance he get, from the crack pipes to celebrating. I don't give a fuck about Black History. Let me say that. This is the shortest month of the year. You can kiss my ass with that bullshit. So he celebrated the last fucking day, the 28th. Him and Kamala. So that they definitely don't care, man. They got a whole nother agenda, and it ain't including us. They probably happy to see what's going on in Memphis right now.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Bro.
Shit, they gonna remove Young Dolph's memorial next week too.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's been time. They should do like a big mural or something. Like they did for Nip. Even we in Oak Cliff, they have a mural for Nip.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said it. I mean, the owner, it's a black man too, man. He owns the whole strip mall. He said, his customers don't want to be around. He own a washateria, so it's kind of everybody that don't understand what happened right there. They gonna be weirded out. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like it look dangerous if
Mm.
you just look at it. If you look at it and you don't know what's going on.
It's true.
And then he said he losing money. Makita's Cookies is ready to reopen and get their business back going. And they losing money. They still got to pay rent on that place. So I kind of understand it, but I'm sad to see it go though.
Yeah. Maybe they'll let him rest in peace, man. Like, sad story, but it's
I think he'll be able to get a little. I think he'll be able to go ahead and cross over peacefully, because with the feds coming in, things should move pretty fast, man. I don't see. And then, boy, these young guys so crazy, man. All you gotta do is look at social media and you can see. Oh, one thing I forgot to tell y'all about the missing man, and I'm sorry to his. I apologize. I don't remember his name, but prayers to his family, because his mama was really having a hard time with it. Sko did an interview, and the son was saying his mama was doing things like hitting her head against the wall, saying, "Why God? Why my son?" And that shit brought tears to my eye listening to that man talk about his mama spazzing out because she missing, her son, and she don't know. She just want closure. So the little girl that straight dropped baby mama had posted how much she missed him. Straight drop, put the laughing emoji on that under the shit. So that's my point of all you gotta do is look at the internet, and they tell on themselves. So the feds should come in and be able to do their thing real quick.
That's tough, man.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
Tough.
yeah.
Hey, real
And so
quick,
go ahead.
y'all mentioned it. I'm just gonna go on a 30-second tirade. February is an awesome month, but think about this, guys. It's so lit because there's every type of sale. You got President's Day sale. You got the Super Bowl. You got the NBA All-Star game. I fucking hate February, but it is a lit month. They distract us with so much stuff, so you don't have to think, oh, this is Black History Month. It's literally every week. It's a holiday or some type of event. Fuck that month, but it is lit.
Yeah,
That's
most definitely. Let me see. What we got next, fellas? Man, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, that subscribe button. Comment, let us know what y'all think. If you got something you want to talk about that we missed, let us know. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to comment. Let's see what we got here, man. Now this is something right here that tripped me out. Did y'all hear Lil Boosie's response to NBA Young Boy speaking on him in that song?
No, I haven't heard it. I'm gonna say this, ladies and gentlemen. I am not a Little Boosie fan. I like his Vlad interviews sometimes, but I think it's interesting that Boosie should be in my age group, maybe even a little older. I'll be 40 this year. Why are you responding to NBA YoungBoy? It just kind of seems like a clout chase when we all know that NBA YoungBoy has the get out of jail free card with, he used to bang Lil Boosie's sister. Like, it's a well-known fact that he was banging her out. So why are you even responding to somebody that's not in your age group? It seems like you should be a little bit further advanced in your career and in your mind state. And to be responding to a 21, 22-year-old, it's insane to me.
What about you, E?
Well, go real quick because you reminded me of something earlier when you said everybody wants you to pick a side. Why do we got to pick a side? I'm so glad I'm a civilian. Officer Williams, look, why do I got to pick a side? Why is NBA YoungBoy forcing Boosie just because he has music or what have you? It's a business. What's with people? How old are we? Like you said, 40s. You want to get to your 40s? Why are we acting this way?
Yeah.
You know what though, man? I can't say Boosie was clout chasing because NBA YoungBoy mentioned him. I thought that was pretty disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care how old I am. If I'm a man of Boosie stature, the OG, you can't let that ride, bro. Like, you gotta say, like, he basically told him, like, I don't call phones, I call shots. Like, stop playing with me, young dude. Like, you already know I don't play like that. You already know it. So that my thing is, this dude must have a death wish, or he know he protected by the feds. I don't know what he know, but not saying Boosie will have nothing done to him or nothing like that. It'll be one of
Right.
Boosie fans. It's just never smart. Then he disrespected some people. Dirk. It wasn't just Boosie. Dirk. Did he diss Gucci Man too?
Yep.
Did he diss Baby?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's everybody. I don't know, man. I'm gonna say this, bro. I guess I'm just an old man. But that's not to me, bro. Like, he should just be further advanced mentally, further advanced in his career. This is the most gangster shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. Eminem went at Michael Jackson, did a whole video, had his hair burning up, just really just kind of shamed Mike. Mike never said a word. But you know what Mike did? He went and bought the company that owned the publishing to Eminem's records. That's how you respond when you're a boss. Make a boss move. Don't say you're a boss and get on a record and then bring yourself down lower to a 21, 22-year-old's level. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me, bro. And this is part of the reason hip hop is in the position that it's in. There is no OGs. The OGs want to be on the same level as the young guys. Like, hey, bro, you should be able to look at this and overlook it and say some fly shit and move on. One more thing I say. Trey Songz was going at R. Kelly, and R. Kelly's response was, elephants don't swat flies. Once you hit a certain level, it's like, it don't even make sense for me to acknowledge you. It doesn't make sense unless you're really on that level with that person.
Now, you've heard both sides. Stick in the middle right here, people. Be a civilian. Look, you heard both sides. You ain't gotta pick one side of be a civilian. If you see them fight, you let them fight. It ain't so fight. You say, we in the middle. As a civilian, we move. We hit the very center.
Rap. Put the guns away and show us why you're doing it instead of us.
Yeah. And we almost had it. The pandemic brought that versus, but just like Mike Tyson ducking certain fighters, or maybe I wouldn't say Mike Tyson. I know that who was the hair dude, Don King. I know that he picked out certain fighters for Mike to protect him. So same thing. I feel like hip hop with that verses, even though it was pretty tight, I think that they picked certain battles that they could win. But I wanted to see, say for instance, what if we did see 50 Cent versus Jay-Z?
Ah, nigga, please.
50 Cent got numbers.
Oh my God, nigga, please.
And he got longevity.
Jay-Z?
Yeah.
Nigga, please.
And he got club bangers compared to Jay-Z that is just lyrical.
Nah, bro. Nobody can beat Jay-Z in a versus battle in New York. Nobody. He's God in New York, bro. You put Nas up there, who's a better rapper than Jay.
I didn't say put Nas up there. I didn't say do that.
Put 50 Cent up there. Put the only person that could beat Jay-Z in a versus battle in New York is Kanye West, bro.
Kanye would do good too. And as far as the whole continental, the whole globe, the 50 United States, I can name a few artists actually that could give him the beats.
Give who?
Mr. Jay-Z, Mr. H to the Izzo.
Every episode, y'all. Every episode they do this, man. Like, what is the Jay-Z hate for? He's one of the greatest of all time.
It's a biased New York media. They created a bias, so we have to fight that. You have to fight the machine.
Go back and listen to Crack Family freestyle, and tell me that Jay-Z isn't one of the greatest lyricists of all time.
You know what? I put 2022 Drake versus Jay-Z, and I bet Drake wins 8 out of 10 times.
What? I wouldn't even put 2022 Drake against Kanye. He's going to lose. He's going to lose, bro. Kanye is the biggest. He's not even a rapper anymore. He's transcended from hip hop. He is the biggest entertainer in the world. He's bigger than all the rock stars. He's bigger than Drake. Think about how his stage performance looks. It looks like art right in front of you. Think about who can command the whole industry to come to a listening party and then sell that bitch out 4 nights in a row like you going to a concert. And it's a listen. Or the fact that he can put his album out where you can only buy it if you get the stem for $200. This is the biggest star in the world. Of course he slides over Drake. Nobody's even talking about Drake right now. All we hear on the news, all we hear in the gossip is Kanye West.
You know what? I got a cheat code for you too. And it's not even close. You put Jay-Z and you said the word. You said it, not me. So I get to use the cheat code against Bad Bunny. Hold on. Bad Bunny. Yeah, you heard that. Yeah.
Who?
Bad Bunny. Yeah. In a versus, because he's technically hip hop. They have their own, that Latin culture have their own genre. And I bet you, what? 10 times out of 1 in a versus, because they're gonna come out. Black people don't come out. Let's be honest. Man, it's cold outside. I ain't going, it's too hot. Fuck that. It's what? Nah, I ain't going. But you know who gonna come out? They gonna come out and they gonna represent. And you know who would win? Bad Bunny.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have just seen a delusional man by the name who believes that. You should have said Pitbull. You should have said Lou Rawls.
You're right. Pitbull too. Pitbull worldwide versus Jay-Z. 6 out of 10 times. Jay-Z will keep it close.
Fuck out of here. Hell no.
You really think, when was the last time Jay put out a project?
It's been a minute. It's been a while. Well, when was the last time Ye put out a project?
Where's Ye? He put out one. What are you talking about? He put out one last. He already done 2. What are we doing right now?
Before Done to 2, when was the last time he had put one out?
Who?
Ye.
Did you listen to the gospel album?
That's basic. Donda is basically a gospel album, but you talking about Jesus is King?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, Ye is still working. Jay is not working. Jay turned into retired.
Jay is Big Brother. So he can come in and drop in at any given time and still be the shit, man.
You know what?
Can y'all hear me?
Jay-Z, he went. Yes, sir.
Okay. Can I say something, man?
Yes, sir.
The versus battle showed us that you have to have those club bangers to win.
Not
Jay-Z he don't stand a chance against a lot of people in a versus battle. It's not saying that that his bars and that they bars is better than his and none of that. But in that versus battle, 3 6 Mafia showed you against Bone Thugs. All Bone shit jam. But when you talk about them club bangers gonna get people moving, Jay-Z ain't got none, bro.
not true. If anything, we were all reminded that David went up against Goliath. And when I say David versus Goliath, I mean the Locks went up against the Dipset, and the Dipset had way more club bangers than the Locks. But everyone walked away from that saying, yo, we slept on the lyricism of the Locks. These niggas are not even close to the Locks. So when you have that staying power and you have music that means something that stands over time, yo, who's going to listen to that? And then it's Jay-Z.
Wait, time out. That's not fair, bro. Because Jadakiss, they even reported Jadakiss and them were working out like they were going out for the league or something like that. They even changed how they drinking water, alkaline water only. I can't. The way Dipset came out, they came out like some 40, 50-year-old men. You know, it was just, hey, I got my beer good.
Who won the versus battle? Did the club bangers win it, or did the lyricism win it?
I don't think that the performance, the bravado that those men brought, they came in like they were athletes. What are we doing right now? They came in like it was a show.
The lyricism won.
What we're just gonna say is the presentation, man.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. But if you look at the majority of them, bro, the people with those, because they in a club setting. So if you can't move that club, then you're not gonna win that versus battle. Yeah, we got to get back on topic, man. We got to get back on the show. This is like the Africa. Hey. Remember how you got to do that, my bad? Oh, this is my time. Hey. Fuck that. nah. But let me see. Man, let's talk about something real, man. We done talked about a bunch of bullshit. Vladimir Putin threatens nuclear attacks. This is a two-part deal. You know, then I found out the USA has been basically paying Russia $54 million per day for oil and gas. Since Biden came in office, he gave him some kind of pipeline or something. I should have did more research, but he allowed him to use some pipeline that's netting him 54 million per day. If you look that up, bro, that's like, some trillions. I mean, not trillions. By shit, 50. It's some billions. I had the number earlier, but that's enough to go to war. So he basically funded him, bro. Like it's like the United States playing both sides. But I'll let y'all get y'all shit off, and then I get mine off. What y'all think about Putin, bro? Go ahead, Maybach. You look like you anxious.
Well, I'm anxious, bro. I'm gonna say this, man, and this is gonna seem so left field, and it's gonna seem so unpopular. And I do want to go ahead and say this right now. I don't care. I'm here to tell you the truth, and this is gonna hurt. Black people, if you are under the systemic racist arm of America, if you have been a part of the systematic racism of America, then you understand that this system that we have in place is not a system that is for us. And our unlikely liberator is going to come from some power, world power outside of America. So if you want us to fight the system, you see what happens when we fight the system. Now, I'm not telling you to go out here and no, fuck that. I'm telling you, if you're sick of racism, the system has to be overthrown. Death to America. America has to fall in order for us to be liberated. So I know that sounds like I'm rooting for the bad guy, but isn't America the bad guy? We just heard Money Mitch say that America has been playing both sides. Well, that's what America's been doing since it's been in existence. It's always played both sides, but it's never played our side. It's time for America to fall, and me, for one, I will not be sad if it does happen. Now, I hope the nuclear weapons don't hit Texas, but it has to be casualties for liberation.
Nuclear war means death to everybody, bro.
Well, now, real quick, because one, what is he talking about? That nigga. Because look, I get it. Systemic oppression. We don't want that. We want change. But I do love where I'm at in my country. I don't want rockets and bombs and stuff like that. Y'all keep that where y'all at. I don't know anything about a pipeline. Y'all do. I'm blind. Hear no evil, see no evil. You know what I'm saying? But it better not come on my soil. You know what I'm saying? It better not cross my soil. You hear me? You keep that on your side. That's all I say.
Well, let me just first say, I don't know why I've always been fascinated with dictators. You know, I'm not saying that I agree with him or nothing like that, but I just watch him for some reason. You know what I'm saying? So Putin, I've been studying up on him lately. They say he's been in isolation for the last several years. You know, so I've been saying he don't look right. He don't look like himself. Like he just standing there with a blank stare on his face, no smile, no frown, just even kill. Like he looked like he might have got a diagnosis or something. You know, maybe he not gonna be here long. I don't know, bro, but it's just something dark about Putin right now, and so he is definitely not to be played with. Like he's
Right.
definitely, and so what like I said, the United States playing both sides. They giving Ukraine the type of weapons that destroyed a 3-mile convoy. Like they sending Russians back. You know, I read an article. They said the United States is not even just giving them regular stuff. They're giving them high tech stuff to make them more effective at killing Russians. You know, they're not just
That's
trying to
the
show
thing.
them. They're not just trying to give them weapons to defend themselves. They want to make them effective killers of Russians. So really, like Putin is saying, that's an act of aggression from the West. When you putting those people in, when you butting it, you be butting our business. You know, because at the end of the day, it's 600 million people over there. Is it 600 million?
Somewhere around
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it's 600 million people in Ukraine. Like if they allow that, bro, we need to really mind our business. But you know, we got interest in and around Ukraine, so I know they're gonna do it. Plus the UN. But like the United States playing both sides, they funded Putin, and then they giving these people weapons. You know, what are they trying to do? You know,
Real quick,
is my question.
that's I joke around, but it's sad. Here's the thing. Whether it's Putin, we all got dicks. If there's females, they all got vaginas. We all can't get along. It's a fucking globe. There's not enough planet on this earth for people to get along. For enough planet, or because one, we don't know how long we're gonna be on this earth. It's so you never know when God's so soon to come, and our lives are cut so short. So why start a war? If you, I don't know how old the man look. Like you said, when you see him, he always has that scowl on his face. If you 60, 70 plus years, that's all you promised anyway. Why are we doing this? What's the point? I don't know. That's me. I'm naive and young.
There's no liberation without bloodshed. None. And we're not liberated. Dead to America today and tomorrow. And in order for the Bible to fulfill its prophecy, unfortunately, but fortunately, this type of stuff has to happen. And when it does happen, for my people, and I'm talking to a specific people, I won't identify who y'all are, but y'all know where I'm at with it. For my people, this is a sign that the Most High is a man of his word. And you ought to be glad that you're here to see it, because this is a demonstration of love. We can go in the Bible what we want, but there's many instances in the Bible where God used one nation to whoop his nation because of consequence. So now, if the Bible is real, like what I believe, if the prophecy is real, like what I believe, then this is something that you should be grateful that you have eyes to see. That's it for me, man. I think Money Mitch didn't fell off, man. But, you know, I noticed when I say debt to America, you seem a little bit uncomfortable when I say that. Is there a reason for that?
You know what? You know what? Let me tell you something here. Let me tell you something here, boy. Let me tell you something here. Let me tell you something here. In the land of the free, where I ain't got to worry about it, we're blessed. We're cushion out here. I saw people, it was trending to go to school in Ukraine. And I was like, you guys are so backwards minded. Y'all have it so you're so blessed, but y'all want to go to Ukraine, huh? So you want to go abroad right now, huh? It's trending.
Let me ask you something, man. Why do, and this goes for Money Mitch as well, why do we think the whole world has an outcry when a white country invades another white country, but that same outcry doesn't exist when a white country invades a melanated country, like Afghanistan, like a India, like a Africa, because these things has happened multiple times in the last 20 years. But why not the outcry? Why didn't NATO jump involved and say, you know what, America, what you doing over there in Afghanistan? What you doing over there in Iraq?
We do help out in other situations. Do you remember Rwanda? Are you a Hutu or a Tutu? What side of the nation are you on, brother?
I was definitely not America's, because America has not and will not ever be on my side or yours.
But we do help out. Rwanda happened.
First of all, who is we? What are you talking about here? Who is we? It ain't no we. Who is we?
Hey, we helped out. You know what I'm saying? We come in there and fight.
Yeah, nah.
Real quick, brother.
Join the army. Black folks shouldn't root for this country's success because it just means more oppression, a stronger arm for harder oppression, the invisible oppression that we experience.
Real quick, just to kind of switch and go towards some of the other topics that we did have. Hughes, how would you feel? You've been banking with who's a good bank? I don't know, Premier. I'm just gonna throw a name out there. Premier Bank. You've been with them for about 8 years. One day you come in, you got a $16,000 check. This is what they submitted you from your company. Your bank tell you, hold on, we got to verify. Let me take off your mask for me real quick. Can I see ID? How would you feel?
Well, shit, I didn't got done like that, and it wasn't $16,000.
Oh, let me get that.
$200, bro. This is the God honest truth, man. This was my last day working for this job, and the guy who I work for cut me a check so I could have something for the weekend. So I go up to the Bank of America, which is 2 miles away. They
allegedly, we don't know.
Huh?
We don't want people allegedly.
No, it's not alleged. This definitely happened, and I filed a complaint, and I never went back. But I went to. It's like literally, I could have walked there, but I drove. I took the check in. They looked at the check and told me they couldn't cash the check. It was a bad check. I went back to this country white guy. He said, "What the hell?" Wrote me another check. I went back up there. They told me I couldn't cash the check. So I called him, and he's like, "They said what?" He had to come up there, and when he came up there, he had to threaten to close his bank account, and the check wasn't for nothing more than about $500, bro. So I've experienced this without 16K, just looking black.
Real, no, not to laugh, but you're right. You know what I'm saying? But if you've been there for X amount of years, it should be certain things that should be allowed. You know what I'm saying? You already see.
What was the race of the person?
She was black. That shit say banking while black.
Oh.
Yeah, she was black, bro.
Death to America, man. God damn, bro.
Hey, that's what my mic cut off on me a while ago. Let me just say, y'all, that is Dapper Dave and Dapper Dave's only opinion. and we do not. Let me put this disclaimer out there. All of us are giving our opinion on Street Talk. That's what Street Talk is. See, Hip Hop Alliance magazine is a magazine that has to be factual. We have to touch in with sources before we confirm things. But on Street Talk, it's presented by Hip Hop Alliance. We give our own personal opinions. So don't hold it against Hip Hop Alliance magazine. I would never say death to America, but America be on some bullshit.
That
And speaking of America, do y'all know they talking about reparations? Belafonte was telling me about this the other day. They got the number. They say they owe every black American close to $300,000.
they gonna wait till the end of the world to give us our goddamn
No,
money.
Trump coming back in 2024, he gonna give it to us. That's gonna be his bargaining chip. Watch.
Man, fuck the reparations. They can keep their shit, bro.
Nah,
I
well,
need
give me
more
yours
money.
then, bro. Give me yours then, bro. I'll take yours.
I need
Now, if they
money.
gonna give it to me, I'm gonna take it. But fuck that, bro. I don't believe it when I see it, bro. I'm not
Well,
gonna believe.
Wait,
Putin,
real
Putin
quick.
was telling them, you can't tell me shit. Look how you treat black people. Putin said that in front of the world. So they got pressure. The UN been on their ass for a long time.
Real
Who is
quick.
that?
Same thing happened to Boosie too. Boosie, he was trying to cash one of his. It was a 5,000. I forget how much it was for Boosie. He was telling the lady, "Ma'am, I got 6 accounts here. I come here after each show and deposit money." She's like, "Well, I still got to verify. You do know I am Boosie, right? Well, I need to verify." Why you look like that, Hughes?
Bro, who was the rapper in Atlanta that got arrested?
For what?
Oh no, it wasn't a rapper from Atlanta. It was Black Youngster. I think he was in Atlanta,
That's
and
right.
he was
Yeah.
yeah, it was Black Youngster. They arrested him, bro, because he was trying to make a large transaction, bro.
Was this in like
They
20?
called the police on him.
It was
Yeah,
it was a few years ago.
I do
they
remember.
called the police on him.
Wells Fargo is who it was. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty positive it was Wells Fargo, man.
Yeah, that's
Can I be
crazy,
honest
bro.
with y'all? People look at black people with money dirty. I'm not. Go
If
ahead.
they look at black folks with money dirty, you ought to imagine how they look at a nigga with they ain't got no money, boy.
Say, hey, not only that, bro. I wouldn't say they could look at us as dirty, but they'll say some shit like, "Oh, that's new money."
I've seen that.
I've
Bro, I
heard
was
that
so
before.
mad.
Like, he's new money.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically saying like that's why he acts like a monkey. Hey, that's new money.
Yeah.
Like, so it's all kind of. I'm really just tired of it, bro. I want to get my money right and go to Haiti or something.
Let me tell y'all something real quick. I was at the other Sprinkles, by not too far from North Park Mall, and had I keep some money on me. I didn't want to use my card. The lady told me, "Hey, we don't." I had 100. She said, "We don't accept cash." I just saw, but you don't accept cash. The good thing about I didn't make a fuss because I did have my daughter just turned 10. Didn't want her to experience that type of racism.
Happy birthday.
Um, thank you. Sprinkles has an ATM. I go to the outside. I use the ATM, but I just saw somebody else use cash. Why, when I try to pay with cash, is a problem.
And you say nothing?
I have my daughter.
Fuck out of here, nigga. I'd have made a
And you
like,
know that area around North Park. Yeah.
nah, you have this right here, baby. You pay attention because it's gonna happen to you. You can't protect, bro. This is you can't. And I'm not saying nothing about your parents, and I'm just saying in general, we can't protect our kids from what's going to happen to them naturally, as long as this system is still the system. So if it's me, watch this. Do you see how they watch this? Manager, general manager, I need his number, and let me finish cutting your ass in half before I walk out the door.
Yeah.
I'm good for it, man.
But
yeah, we know.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, so you, but I just saw. That's cool. We'll go outside. It's cool.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So look, y'all, what we got next, man? What we got next?
Oh, another thing, real quick, because it's not just Sprinkles. It's you can go to certain gas stations or what have you. I don't like when they have what is it? They'll have your whole card number. Why do you? One, I can pay with cash, but why does when you do the print out of my receipt? Why does it have my full card number on there? Why it usually has XXX's, then have the last 4. I don't like them certain type of establishments. Then I feel
Yeah,
like
because
they
those machines keep that. Those machines keep them numbers too. So always be watchful of your cards. Yeah.
That
I
was
always
all.
be watching. Yeah. All right, y'all. Check this out. I won't disclose the teen's name or where it was at, but the distraught teen takes the law into his own hands after his cousin died in police custody. I salute this young kid because all these so-called gangsters that kill people that look like them and you know they hate their own people, and the police come in the neighborhood, they can have their guns, they can have everything. Them motherfuckers drop the guns and run. You know, this look he you ain't never right to take the law in your own hands. But if you gonna shoot somebody, goddamn me, shoot the threat. He went up and shot the damn police station up.
Like,
He's,
hey,
Where was this at?
I believe Michigan. I said I wasn't gonna say, but I believe it was Michigan. Yeah, he got heart. If you're gonna be a gangster, be a goddamn gangster, and everybody can get it, even them, even the
was
oppressor.
like so me and he. That's like my best friend cousin, right? That's pretty tough to lose someone, but man, that's a police station. And what if it's somebody in a jail cell? You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, it's a DUI ticket. I ain't even supposed to be here right now. You know what I'm saying?
But I
That's
mean, you
tough,
know,
man.
just but you got, you know, I respect him more than I respect these so-called gangsters I see on the corners every day. You know, they'll shoot me down like a dog. You know, if I look at them wrong, but the police come up, they running. You know what I'm saying? Or they telling. I don't respect these fake ass gangsters. I just, you know, he just fucked his life up. But you know, I don't suggest nobody else do this. But if you claim you a gangster, anybody should be able to get it. And that was his mentality. You know, you kill my
True.
you know that's my kind of cousin. Shit. You know, shit. The police kill me, he gonna go get some revenge, get some get back. Shit. Cause I hope people burn it down if one of them bastards kill me. Burn that bitch down. I don't want no peace. Let me say that right now, fam. I don't want no peace, family. Y'all tear this motherfucker down.
No, for real.
For real, tear this bitch up. But yeah,
Honestly,
prayers to that young kid, man. I hope he can, you know, do his little time, get
whenever
his
we
life
start
together.
to see some type of change or some type of movement with like our political and police system, I feel like the Black Lives Movement, they come in and start taking things over, and then it just gets lost. The change or what have you, it becomes a part of this
You know,
whole
that's an
movement.
organization owned by a white man.
I've been hearing that.
No, that's facts. That's not allegedly.
Mm.
You know, that's not allegedly. That's facts. And they incite more shit than they calm shit down or sweep it under the rug, like you said. Let's
Mm.
No
see.
change is happening.
Let's see. NYPD has arrested Shaquem Parker, 27, for Alpo Martinez's murder. It was a road rage incident.
Damn.
That's what they print that it was a road rage incident?
That's what the New York Times reported.
Huh.
So I think they're pretty credible, you know, as far as you know. Then it's in their city. I heard it was about a woman
That's what
initially,
I yeah.
you know, but yeah, I read the New York Times. They said it was about a road rage incident, and it's like all the shit Alpo did in his life and all the sketchy situations he been in. You die in a road rage incident. That's like a person going to Iraq war, coming home and dying, riding his bike down the street. You know.
Bruh. And that's because I pick up my daughter. I've been out for a month. I go back tomorrow. Y'all, so I don't know. We're going to see about tomorrow. But
Damn, that
when I
time
pick,
passed fast.
you know what I'm saying? Um, when I'm driving my daughter home, some people cut me off, what have you. And you have to work on the grumblings. You can't begrudge everybody because people they may have something going on there in their own vehicle, and if my daughter sees me upset with or anger, she may start to gain those attributes or anger or what have you. Road rage, and I've said it for about a year now. It's if it's 30 seconds, it's 2 minutes. Let that moment pass because you never know how they're not playing by the same game. It's you never know what's going on in the person's mind.
Yeah, that's like you like just like you took the words out of my mouth, bro. You never know what the next person is going through. You know, they could have just lost their mom, their dad, somebody they care. They could have just lost a kid. They could have found out they got cancer. Like it's best to just go on about your goddamn business. If they don't hit your car or your truck or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and you don't have to have no altercation with a man. keep it moving, man. Cause I know I live off 635. It's been 3 road rage shootings. It was a truck driver on another truck driver, and I was behind one when it happened right by Elam Road. And the guy ended up flipping. You know, the
Man,
driver got hit, and he ended up flipping in the middle of 635. He got hit. He had his young son, like you said. I salute you on that. Don't put your children in no danger, man, because you know some people nowadays don't give a damn about kids. You know, they'll shoot you and your damn kids. You know, so yeah, I'm a truck driver, so I was taught to kind of ignore it. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I always got that thuka just in case though. You know what I'm saying? Just in case. I was talking to Dapper Day today. I was telling him I was in Chicago. He was like, "Man, when you in places like that, bro, do you have your pistol?" Hell yeah,
well,
Chicago.
hell
there's a few
yeah.
places. If I don't want the plane to stop, I got to go to Chicago. No, that's not my flight. That ain't my flight.
I love Chicago though, bro. I don't see what people. I don't. You know, that's why I be thinking it's propaganda, bro.
Mhm.
Like, cause
Yeah.
I done been. You know, I done been all over this place, bro. And it's just I don't be feeling in
That,
danger, bro.
that toll ain't joke. That's not a joke. Man, I'm gonna say this about Alpo, bro. Now, for the last 10 years or so, I've been like a huge Alpo fan. Aside from the snitching and all of that shit, I've been infatuated with Alpo. So when I heard that he was killed, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I was kind of like, damn, Alpo, fuck. I kind of don't think the nigga dead. I'm just gonna be all the way honest, bro. Kind of don't think he dead because they didn't bury him. They say they cremated him, but he was already in witness protection. So, what's to make me believe now? Because somebody said that he's dead, and we don't have a body to view.
No, he wasn't in witness protection no more, bro. He broke the contract when he left. Like if you in witness protection and you leave, he wouldn't have been in protection like out in the public like that. He been in the he was selling dope. When he got shot, he tried to threw some pills out the car.
Yeah,
So, you
no,
know,
but he
yeah.
kept he kept the Abraham name, and they changed his name. So I mean,
Yeah,
no,
but they not responsible for him no more. Once you leave their protection, you a free man and you can't come back. So yeah, he was definitely you know, I thought, you know, I respected how he moved in the streets before killing his friend and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he was nobody to joke with. Like he was no joke.
he
You know,
wasn't a
but the
joke.
money
He
seemed
got
yeah.
out. He
Nobody touched him. Nobody approached him. Nobody played with him. So, you know,
right.
but nowadays snitches don't nobody do nothing snitches no more. Like you got Takashi 69 running around doing the fuck he want to do, dissing dead people and all that. But I felt like Alpo was like ton the victims of his, you know, the families of his victims, bro, by being back in Harlem, you know, big fancy loud ass truck. You know what I'm saying?
They was scared of him.
I
They was
yeah,
scared of
well, yeah. I listened to a few interviews and stuff, man. And he just he sounded like he not nobody to play with, man.
him. But I heard a story.
I think it was the dude. What's his name? Queen's Flip.
You think it was him?
Nah, Queen's Flip did an interview with him. It was a dope ass interview.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I heard a story about Alpo right before he died. Some dude tried to press him about a chick that he fucked, and they said Alpo knocked this fuck out, bro. Some young cat, man. So he wasn't hiding from nobody, bro. And at the end of the day, like he told the dude who walked up on him, whatever you think about me, just remember you talking to a man. And I respected that about Alpo, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I
Wait,
mean,
wait. I'm gonna pull a pops moment right now. What did he say at the end of Friday? But you live to fight another day. Look here, you can be the biggest, baddest, toughest person, and you know what? That big bad wolf will blow you down. You ain't got to be the biggest, baddest person. You can live a peaceful life. Stay in the middle. Be a civilian.
yeah, man.
I ain't going back and forth with you, man. Then I'm the best blood. Come on, y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man. So rest in peace, Alpo, man. You know, his family got justice. I don't know if the New York officials are covering up what really happened or what. But they definitely move fast. He died on Halloween, so they got that wrapped up quick. That's
You
good for New
brought up a
York
good
City.
point. My bad.
Now go ahead, bro.
Because his son said, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And then when you watch his Sean Cotton interview, they haven't said rest in peace at all about Alpo. I mean, acknowledging he's done some terrible things, you know what I'm saying? But even his own son hasn't said rest in peace.
Yeah, I
Maybe
don't
you
think it's
never
gonna be
know.
no resting in peace after all that. He,
Not to
it
laugh.
probably
Lord
it
forgive
probably
me.
was a lot of folks waiting on him. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Like you remember me? Yeah, there ain't gonna be no resting in peace, man. Let me see here, man. I had something else. Uh, this Mitchum had put me up on that I hadn't even realized about the former beauty pageant winners turning up dead, all with head injuries. I'm trying to find it so I can find their names real quick.
What?
Yes, man. Um, I believe it was. Let me see. I gotta just find the damn the link. Y'all bear with me one sec. Y'all hit that like button while we waiting. The subscribe button, comment. I dropped the link, so if you want to chime in, hit that link. Join us on the panel.
Yeah, that's insane, man.
All right, let me see. Okay, it was Miss Alabama. Uh, Zoe Bethel dies days after incident. Family says touched the hearts of many. Uh, Chelsea Chris was Miss USA. Dies at 30. And they black. I just don't know if it's a
All of them.
conspiracy or yeah. Well, one of them um, was former Miss America, Leanza Cornett. She died at 49. She was white. Um, but the common denominator is they're beauty pageant winners, and they all died of these head injuries, man. Like I'm wondering, is like with the Me Too movement, was it something that somebody didn't want them to say, or what? But I'm about to turn up on this one, and get to looking into it, bro, because I don't think that's no coincidence. What y'all think, man?
Who drew the correlation? That's more impressive than Pretty Women.
Uh, Crystal,
What?
she sent me the information. She was like, I was looking at this and it just don't seem right. And so I looked at it and I was like, damn, I didn't even know because it wasn't like they put it on the news.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's terrible, bro. But I don't know, man. I guess that's what you signed up for, bro. When you enter a beauty pageant, bro, sign up for a head injury.
Nah, rest in peace to them people, man. We not laughing at that situation, but he was. We do believe that. I do believe that it's something that is worth looking into. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? And I think I'm gonna have to get on my investigative journalism tip
yeah,
and see what's up with this shit. Cause, for one, the last two was black and they both gone. I don't understand that. Like, did they have something to expose? I'm gonna have to look into these pageants, man, and the people on the panels and stuff. What you think, E?
When I saw it, I was like, ooh, and they're recent, huh? They're close. They may be something connecting them, but I want to live to 120, so I won't be invested. I'm gonna make it.
I'm gonna look at it. I'm
yeah.
gonna look at it, man. I need to know what that boy said. I want to know. All right, man. We do got some good news. One piece anyway. Alyson Lawson becomes the first black woman in Texas to own two 7-Elevens.
What? She's the
Yeah,
first?
black woman in Texas to own 2 7-Elevens.
That's pretty
And she
tight.
young. Yeah, that's dope. Salute Alyson Lawson.
But how did she get? Did she get it out the mud or was it a trust fund?
She said which ones? Oh, let me see. It was Miss Alabama, Zoe Bethel, Chelsea Chris, Miss USA,
Hold
2019.
on. Wait, Cat, you investigating on live right now? Did you hear me? I'm 120. What you doing? What you doing right now? Which one?
No, this.
Which ones?
I'm gonna be
Salute Miss
honest,
Kit
bro.
Kat. And it was Leanza Cornett. She was 49.
Go ahead, Hughes.
No, I'm just saying, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Some milestones in 2022, it's kind of sad. Like, damn, you the first black woman to own 2 7-Elevens in 2022, and
What time now?
7-Eleven started
Bro, do you
here.
know how, nah, but I think it's very impressive because I don't know, right there where our mom stayed at the 7-Eleven, bro. They don't hire black people. They hire like Indians and stuff. So
That,
to
that's my
even
point.
to even get a job at 7-Eleven is a milestone.
That's my point. It's like, yo, some milestones shouldn't be milestones in 2022. Like
Yeah, I
having
agree.
the first black woman on the dollar bill or Harriet Tubman, wherever, not Harriet Tubman, Maya Angelou, whoever the fuck it was. That's a milestone that's long overdue. But being in a position to own like a convenience store and being the first is some shit that we should be way past the first person to do this. Like, yo, bro, this is the first black person to ever buy gas at racetrack. What? In 2022? What kind of shit is very
Well, you had
proud
some.
of her, but goddamn.
Wait, time out though. But because even though we do have, say, for instance, predominant doctors, we may have predominant mechanics, what have you. If they don't have that ambition to buy this, the 7-Elevens, that's pretty tough, because I mean, it is pretty cool to own. That is a very well known established gas station in Texas. My mom went there for years, but maybe they just didn't have that ambition, and that's pretty tight. She's switching up the game because that's millions, what I'm saying, over time. It's nice.
I
Oh yeah,
agree, but goddamn, bro, it's still some milestones. It's like, yo, come on, bro. Really, in 2022, you're the first. You're the first one to go to college in your family in 2022. Who wants that milestone to be like, I was the first out of my, we've been here 600 years, and I'm the
That would be
first one
cool.
in
you know what?
2022.
I ain't gonna shame nobody because
I'm
so
not
long as you get
shaming them. I'm just saying it's a
you know
shame.
that Dapper Davis is all about this fighting the system. So he's happy for her. We know he happy for
I'm
her.
happy
Everybody
for
out there, he happy for her. He
I'm
not
happy
hating on her or
for it.
nothing.
But
Yeah.
I think,
He just
like,
looking deep.
yeah, like the example I just made. We've been here 600 years. If you're the first person to go to college in 2022, that's not a milestone to really just be proud of. It's like, goddamn, what the fuck was going on this whole goddamn time?
Yeah.
Why hasn't it been a black woman to own 2 7-Elevens in a state where 7-Eleven started? What?
She said, I
What?
never heard any of that. It's wild. So I wanted to know. My bad. Nah, he was just joking with you, Miss Kit Kat.
nah, fuck.
Possibly joking with
Nah, I'm playing.
Yeah, but salute Miss Alyson Lawson, man. This
Shit, I'm gonna start
here
looking
on
that
the
up. What's the first black thing I can own? What I'm
Yeah.
saying? Do black people own Krispy Kremes? We like donuts. We got that. Dunkin' Donuts.
not that I know of, man. That'd be dope.
You might be on to something, B.
Yeah.
I want to be the
I know
first.
they got Steak and Shake franchises for 10,000.
I want
I got,
to.
what I'm saying? I would, but they trying to let me go at Verizon, so I'm just sitting here now, you know what I'm saying? So
Oh no. I want to be the first nigga to own Chick-fil-A. Because I'm sure if motherfucker ain't owned 7-Eleven, I might be the first black man in history to own a Chick-fil-A. I don't know. We'll find out.
No, I got a friend they just got approved, but they went through the ringer.
For Chick-fil-A?
Yes, sir. It took them about 2 years to get everything geared up, bro. It was crazy.
Oh
It
wow.
was crazy. But once they get this first one, it's gonna be nothing because they understand how it worked now. So they'll be able to just boo 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 boo. But yeah, I got a friend that they've been working on that. Matter of fact, I know two families that that's working on Chick-fil-A's that's about to close on them. So yeah, that'd be dope though, man. Go and get you one though, bro.
I was just
You know what
bullshit
I'm saying?
on a restaurant. Nah,
Well,
bullshit.
if
I
it's
mean,
good
shit. If you
money,
if it's money that when you sleep, you know what I'm saying? Why you ain't got to do nothing, shit. By all means, I want the Steak and Shake. It's $10,000. That's a small investment
Steak
that
and
you
shit
can,
good, bro.
and I'm gonna really work that bitch myself. You know what I'm
Ah,
saying? And make sure that it's popping and the customer service is on point. Because that's one thing I've been getting is a lot of bad customer service. Like I don't know what the fuck is going on.
hey man, this is off subject, but have y'all had Irene? That seafood
Who?
out there on Irene? Seafood in South Dallas?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's legendary.
Oh my
That's
God.
legendary.
Them $30 places worth it, man.
Hell yeah, man. You gonna pay? Man, I took my daughters to what was it? Joe's. Was it? Yeah, I took them to Joe's for one of my daughter's birthday, bro. It was like $150, bro.
$150?
Yeah, for the king crab things, what do they call bags where they got the shrimp and all that shit in them. For all three of it, it's like $150, bro.
Well, that's not bad.
So to go to Irene's and pay $30, that's a hell of a deal. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Not
So salute Irene's, they go hard as hell.
bad.
And I
yeah,
don't
it's
even
not
like
bad,
seafood like that.
Yeah.
guys.
Me, me and he was talking about the war and how they not taking care of home. you know, and so
Right.
they got potato farmers stuck with billions of pounds of potatoes. And just in Texas, it's 4 million feral hogs in Texas, bro. How are people still going hungry?
Bro, you know how
How?
much meat that is? 4 million pigs. And it only
And,
take
and
10
they
to
they go
14
from
hours to clear that
150,
meat.
yeah, they go from 150 to 350 pounds in Texas. I seen a 350-pound hog in Texas.
But they want my 59 cents a day. You saw the commercials. I'll be over your house at the WWE. You know what I'm saying? They'd have all these commercials at night. But we ain't got no food.
That's crazy, man.
You know I want to jump in. Man, in Debt to America.
That is Dapper.
What happened
Matter of
here?
fact, there his name is right there, Dapper Dave. That is his opinion.
Debt to America, man.
What
America,
happened?
Hey,
America wants rich and poor. They don't want a middle class. So what are we gonna feed the homeless for? Like, what the fuck would we do that? That would go against what our rich agenda. Like they don't want that. That to America, man. That's all I'm saying. Mystery
hey,
Babylon's
man, I'm back.
Bro,
I'm back. I'm with Trump. Let take America back 2024.
you know what's
That
crazy?
shit.
Los
Bring
Angeles
Trump back.
has
Get that devil out the office.
true. Los Angeles has full cities of homeless people. Homeless. I showed my daughter a video. I was like, "Sweetness, you 10, but you got to figure out what you want to be in life. You don't want to be like this 40." It was a lady older than I am, 40, 50-year-old young lady living out of a car.
right,
What are you gonna do? But
right,
we don't have food to feed these people. You know what I'm saying?
right,
I know for a fact. Look, all these buildings that they're I don't want to say that they're gentrifying or what have you. There's a bunch of it's I don't know, man. It's like Hugh said, you have your upper class and your lower class, but there is opportunity and there's enough food and wealth for everybody to make a nice middle class.
You
It's
know.
and
You
possible.
know what I
one
will say about that LA scene, bro. Just say Skid Row.
yeah, row is terrible.
Um,
That's
bro,
it.
a lot of them people are from Silicon Valley, and they got strung out on drugs because they had these deadlines that they had to stay up late at night, and so they started using drugs. Man, a lot of them people on Skid Row are very educated, and they used to making $100,000 a month.
Right,
You know, and then not everybody is homeless by force. Some people are what you call minimalists.
right,
You know, they live off the bare minimum. Some of them they'll fuel up at the truck stop. I see them all the time 'cause I'm a truck driver. They'll fuel up at the truck stop. That gives them a shower, so they can take a shower every day. You know what I'm saying? And they just live minimal. You know, like they live out the bare minimum. But we do definitely have a hunger problem, and there's a lot of kids that don't eat if they don't go to school. You know, we got 4 million feral hogs in Texas alone. You know, that are destroying people's property. They considered a nuisance. You can hunt their asses any time of the year. You know, so
Facts.
yeah, I thought that was just a dope conversation. I added it to the show just to see what people think. Y'all leave in the comment box what y'all think about that. You know, why are we worried about spending what is it, $450 million? Was nah, or was how much money they give Ukraine?
450 billion.
They gave Ukraine that much money?
I don't know. It just sounds right. I don't know.
In recent, no. I think it was $450 million worth of resources. You know, when we got problems at home, like that's what I don't understand. You know, why we always saving everybody else. Let me tell y'all this story. I met a guy that owns a trucking company from Ukraine. Like he was really stressed out. I met him. I think it was last Thursday. So he, that was like he stayed up all night because of the bomb. He still got family over there, and he was like, "Yeah, I came here with nothing. I did all kind of odd jobs like mopping blood and yada yada yada." And I looked at him. And I didn't say like congratulations. And then the first thing came to my mind was like America loves to make those kind of stories.
Right. And it's bullshit.
Yeah, they love to make them kind of stories.
Yeah.
She said the commentary can be contradictory. Can you elaborate on that, Miss Kickhead, or hit that link? Hit that link
Real
and let us
quick,
know what you're talking about.
I I don't know, guys. Even with the system with the poor, right? You have to be approved for what is I think it's the food stamps, EBT or something like that. I think is that in Texas? I don't know if it's all across America. But why is there a whole system? If you have free, you mean to tell me, because I hear people talk about all the time how much they love bacon. You mean to tell me you can't capture them pigs and go feed these people? Why? It's the system is so backwards. It's just so left from right. That's all.
She said there's no link. If you go to YouTube and just put in at Goham Mag GOHAMMAG. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen, and then you'll be able to see the link, and you can let us know what you're talking about.
Oh my God.
But
Yeah.
yeah, we always like to get constructive criticism. If we're doing something wrong, let us know.
But fuck
But
the
yeah, what we better start doing is buying some land, uh, growing our own food, growing our own vegetables, because in a couple years, they already showing y'all, bro. Do y'all remember when the snowstorm hit last year? Did you go to the grocery store after people had wiped it out?
I was one of those people that wiped it out.
Bro, it was no bread of any kind at the Kroger by my house. It was very little meat because I didn't get my car had racing tires, so I couldn't go nowhere on the snow. So I had to catch rides. Like when my mom decided to go, because we live in the same apartment. When she decided to go, I had to catch her. So when I finally got to the goddamn store, bro, it was nothing. So that let me know right there, this is just the beginning. We've been hearing the conspiracy theories talk about the food shortages and stuff, but y'all better try to get y'all some property. Plus, people are moving to Texas and the land is going up,
it's
up,
man,
up, up.
yeah,
Rent is gonna be up 30% this year from last
right.
year. Just rent.
Oh, it's
So you
already
might as
there.
well go ahead and put
They
it into
sending
a
out
house.
notices now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
You might
real
as well
quick,
go ahead and get your
because
house.
true, real Hughes, you brought up a good point. You said fuck and fuck James Harden. I told y'all, Nets fans, any man that's spending $25,000 on somebody he don't even know, fuck
It
that
was two. It
motherfucker.
was it was 250.
250. Yeah. And y'all, look what y'all got, Nets. Yeah, I was the bad guy back then. I was the hater, but look at you now. Yeah. I
That
was, and
250 ain't hurt James Harden. That's a per diem for the year. I think they
I
get
wish
five
I was.
thousand dollars per game. So that's $400,000 that he get in per diem just for expenses that the team give him while they traveling.
How am I
Yeah.
supposed to compete with $250,000? You know what I'm saying? I'm over here like, let me send you
You gotta
$200
get
for
your
the
bread
million.
up, E. You gotta get your bread up, bro.
Yes. I match 250,000. Yes, in America, like you said, in America. Yeah.
That's to America.
I don't know, man. This dude here, man. Hey, man, bro. I just hope that they ain't watching this and they don't come get you, bro. Cause
Man.
let me just tell you, I love you, my boy. I love you, bro. I hope nothing happened to you, but just let me let you know right now, cause boy, you got Biden in the office, man. That man a killer, boy. You better leave Biden alone. Talking about death to America. He gonna have your ass plastered all over the news tomorrow.
Yeah,
And
man.
this what did he call that? He called that reporter a dumb son of a bitch or something like
What?
that. Yeah, he caught. That's allegedly. I don't know what the exact word. It was something like a dumb son of a bitch or something.
See, now hold up now, because if he respond the other, like he can call the reporter a dumb son of a bitch, but if the reporter called the president a dumb son of a bitch, it's fucked up. That's fucked up. That's not how it should work. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he
And that's
apologized later, but yeah, I'm just saying he gonna have Dapper Dave. He gonna play that little clip of Dapper Dave saying death to. He said death to America 3 times.
I said at least 10 times before I get out of bed in the morning. I chant it out. Death to America, death to America. Where am I?
You know what? I realize it's not America, bro. This is spiritual what we're going through, bro. We had these conversations before. This is kind of our destiny until we figure it out. And I think one way that we could get out of this situation that we are in, God has given us all we need. All we got to do is, oh, we got the guest. Welcome, Miss Kit Kat.
squad.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. You said that some of the commentary was contradictory, so I just wanted to let you.
Yes. So I think it's important to, especially when you're coming from communities like urban communities, like when you're speaking about gentrification, and then we're talking on the other side of your mouth when you're saying like it's low income, and I I don't want to rub the subject the wrong way because it could be taken the wrong way really quickly. Um, but we're in a place where there's homeless, drug addicts, or like rundown, or I live in the hood, point blank. Where I am right now, I live in a place where you go outside and there's people shooting up. Like, this is where I live my whole life. But I've done well for myself. It doesn't mean that I'm moving out of the hood. A lot of people do well for themselves and they want to leave. That's the goal for most people. When they do well, the goal is then to move out. That goal for a lot of people then causes the idea that the hood or the urban areas need help, right? The idea for most people is that these places are not, you know, I'm trying to think of the word. You see, I had this speech ready in my head, and then now that I'm on the spot, it's like if all eyes are on me. So it's like in terms of like historical, like I think that they need to be untouched. But like it's like when people say white people want to come to the rescue, like the hood doesn't need to be rescued. It just needs to be left the way that it is. It doesn't need to be revived. It needs to be revived, but people need to take pride in where they live. You understand what I'm saying? People need to care about their neighbors the same way I care about my neighbors, the same way my neighbors care about me. Things happen in other parts of the hood, but I may be how I am, or I take pride in where I live, the same way other people need to take pride where they live. If that makes sense. That type of unity doesn't happen in every neighborhood or every hood. I don't know. I don't know if that's coming across the right way. I'm just trying not to rub people the wrong way, but I don't think that's saying like people want to come in and make the hood a better place because people cry about the hood being the worst place and that they need help there. So people look at it as, oh, let's throw money at it. That's the problem. People want to fix the problem by throwing money at it. That's not going to fix your problem. People see drug addicts in the hood, so what do they want to do? They want to throw money at it and give them, oh, let's throw a place for them to shoot up. Let's give them all this money and have your cities that want to apply for financial aid or grants and all this stuff to give them shelter and give them programs that they can do it during the day, or give them all this stuff that doesn't help them become better. It gives them somewhere to sleep at night, that kicks them out at 5 o'clock in the morning and gives them something to eat so that they can go shoot up and stand on the corner of your street. That's it. And then they come somewhere that they can sleep. But what do they do during the day? Is there rehab? Is there somebody working with them to help them, find gainful employment, to engage within their community? Do the people recognize that the homeless people in your community, that 75% of them are usually homeless veterans, people that are come back after fighting for for our country, and that are so messed up? And those are the people that are truly homeless. Or that most of the urban communities are targeted for people that are actually coming from the nice suburban places, that are actually the drug addicts that come in to get their stuff, and then they end up like staying here, but they ain't really from here. Like those type of things. I mean, I come from a city that was blasted all over the news and by like Trump at one point for being like the hot spot for drugs. Like, no, but we're not. We're not that type of place. We have a lot of unity and we take pride in our city, but it comes from a place that, I don't know. I think that the point is that I don't think hoods need rescuing. I think that people in the hood need to take pride from where they are and not have a goal in mind that I need to come up and get out the hood. No, you need to come up and take pride in the hood and look inside and start saying, what can we do here to build a platform and make this better? Look internally and say, within my city, we can do things inside to make things better, even with our own police departments, our city leaders. Change starts small, but we can make it here. Everything internally can be changed little by little. People don't have to say the world needs to change, but where you live at, you definitely have a voice. Most people want change, but when you ask them, like, so what are you doing to change it? That was the biggest thing. Like the Black Lives Matter movement, that was the best and the worst time for me to see that nothing was happening. When all that stuff was happening with George Floyd, it was like nothing was happening. The biggest platform ever to watch people to come together and then see like that nothing really was coming from it. That was hard for me, to say like, all right, we have all of this energy and all these people coming together, but what is being asked? What is the demand? This is what we're looking for. It was like watching people say like, this is what's happening, and it's so wrong. But what?
Well, so Hughes, I came from the cliff, right? Harlandale, it is not the prettiest place in the world. And I have pride for my area, but I would never go back. I want them to build themselves up, but no, because it was a dangerous place, and I don't want to risk my life for it to be better. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, someone better than I. I know that's sad to say, but I want someone, where I grew up, it shouldn't have even been in the state that it was. It's on the city at that point to build us up, like you said. Hughes, how do you feel? What do you think, sir?
Well,
Grove side, you know what it was like.
Yeah, it was terrible. So
it was terrifying. I'm
kind of interested to see, so I can address it and maybe get a full understanding as to what you felt was contradictory.
That's what I'm trying to say. The contradictoriness is saying like in one side you're saying just what you're saying right now, like I would never. How bad your childhood was, I'll never go back there. The city needs saving, but you're opposed to gentrification.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You can't talk out of both sides. If you're not willing to be the one that wants to stay there and be in your community yourself, then you're looking for a savior, right?
I definitely understand what you're saying.
That's where I was coming from.
Okay. So what I've done in my sales career is actually be a part of gentrification. 100% be a part of it. Buy houses. Let's say the house AVR after retail value would be 75,000. I try to buy that house for about 20,000, so we can make a return on our investment. And it goes back to what I was saying earlier, that America is not a place that cares about rich or poor. They want the rich and they want the poor. They don't want a middle class. I'm sorry. Let me reframe that. What I know about gentrification, if you go and you look and research Brooklyn or Harlem, these places were gentrified. And those same people that we're talking about, that are problems, the crackheads, the drug dealers, were pushed out. And in return, this is the highest charge per square footage in America. The rent is higher than anywhere else in the world. So now, although I'm not opposed to gentrification, I'm opposed to gentrification that does not allow the people who deserve to be in those neighborhoods, who grew up in those neighborhoods, and that are not a part of the problem to be able to afford to stay in those neighborhoods. And this is what you run across a lot when I live in Dallas. One of the things that they wanted to do was to put Texas Stadium at Fair Park, which is in a very impoverished neighborhood. But the people opposed it because
put that back so heavy.
No, that was Laura Miller. It wasn't the people. It was Laura Miller. She was a hater.
Laura tried.
But do y'all remember why she stopped it? Because we
Because
can't
of
call
eminent
her
domain.
So to my lady Kit Kat's point, this is what she's saying about talking out of both sides. We can't call her a hater because she stopped it because those people would not be able to afford to live there anymore. Yeah. This is what she's saying.
Yeah.
They would have got paid 3 times, 4 times what their properties were worth, and that would have brought all the jobs and stuff to Dallas.
And it would have only benefited Dallas in the short term, but not the people in Dallas. The same way in Brooklyn. If the people of Brooklyn wanted to better Brooklyn for Brooklyn because they wanted to, and they made their own plans in terms of collaborated with their city leaders to make got together with been a part of the city council meetings, been meeting with the elected officials, been part of those meeting minutes, they could have collectively been a part of that, been part of the HUD meetings. Those are open meetings where you can collaborate with your city leaders, open funding, grant writing. That is something that happens regularly. It's not something that people really, they don't know about. And we're not talking to our neighbors about, we're not talking to anyone about. And then when you let somebody else come in and do that on a large scale, yeah, they're going to run you out. They're going to take over your whole city. And then what happens? Then we have a whole city of people that now overflow into another low-income city. And you know what happens to that city? We have someone take over a building. And you know what they do? It's not because this city that's, maybe 5 miles wide they're at capacity. So all they do is build up. They don't make it bigger in terms of width, living wise. All they do is build up. Right. And they still cram all these people here. And it doesn't make living conditions better. It makes them more strenuous, which overloads, an already strained policing system, school systems, grocery stores, and it creates an environment that's even more chaotic. And this is happening everywhere. So while Brooklyn becomes more luxurious for everyone else, because it got gentrified by an outside source instead of within, you know, that's where I say when people make a comment like, nah, you know, this place was too toxic for me. Somebody else could make it better, but not me. You know, that's why I say I'll never be like, no, fuck this place, I'm moving out. No, I could make 6 figures and I'll still live right here in the hood. I'll still live behind big. You know what I mean? Like I'll still live right the fuck here. I don't care.
So you in Brooklyn?
I hear gunshots. That's I don't care. That's me. I'm used to it. I'll still yell out the fucking people who try to shoot up, like, move the fuck on. Like that's me. I'm used to it.
Time out. Mitch, go ahead. You had a question, Brosa?
I was asking. So you're from Brooklyn? I've been my devices won't let me be great tonight. I missed most of the conversation. But you're from Brooklyn?
Who, me? No, I'm not from Brooklyn. No, I'm from Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
Still
okay. Boston. Okay, so
real quick.
Look, I'm from Pleasant Grove. I'm by way of North Tyler. And I used to be one of those people that said I was going to always stay in the neighborhood and try to make it better and try to, leave my footprint. But then I moved north to 635. I know you don't understand. I don't know if you're familiar with Dallas or not, but I moved north to 635 where I can go to the store without having my gun and I didn't feel unsafe. So I'm one of those people that I just don't believe in, staying in that environment. It's so bad. And the opportunities are so slim that I don't see the sense in staying there.
But
if you don't have the money to build it up, like you said.
What were you doing to change it? That's my question.
Shit, I mean, really. Okay. I have 6 children. I believe that there's no rehabilitating the adults. I don't believe in that. I believe that a person is who they are. So what I did to change it was to raise my kids the right way, so that they can be productive members of this society and contribute. So it's not something that you can change overnight. This is years and years and years of a cycle, and the cycle has to be broken. That's the thing. It's not rehabilitating adults. Those people aren't going to change until they get sick and tired. So my part that I do is I raise my children the way I think they should be raised, so they can be productive members of society. That's the only thing I can do. What else can I do?
I'll be honest. I get what you're saying, Kat. But
the reality, you don't need to rehab adults. That's not your job in terms of taking back your community.
How come somebody else can't?
I mean, I did do things. I coached little league football. I meant, we mentor kids and stuff. But I just believe the kids are the future. Like you said, I gotta give it to you.
Why can't
right? I didn't do enough.
The police in your community and your other parts of the other good citizens in your community take care of that? Do you know, for all the bad people in the community, there's equally just as good people, correct?
Facts.
Okay, so people are less likely to act like a fucking asshole in your neighborhood when there's equally just as good people out there. Like, nah, that's not about to happen right here. Right?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. And but the police in our neighborhood, they're scared.
You know why they're scared? Because they feel alone, right? Because how many do they know are in their neighborhood until they start seeing somebody that just don't give a fuck? That's like, nah, no.
But no, because I grew up in a time where we look forward to, like, I grew up in North Tyler as a young kid. We look forward to seeing the police because we knew them by name. They were going to give us some bubble gum. They were going to give us some baseball cards or whatever they might have in their car. It's not like that no more. Those people don't come over there to get ass. So they don't, everybody has really lost their way in life.
Oh. I think he's lost.
No worries. So I gather what you're saying.
He's trying to say that people aren't friendly with the police no more, which is like that everywhere, which is unfortunate, right?
Yeah.
And what is why I say that community policing 101 should be city to city. And what people don't realize, and what I was saying before, what was the saddest thing that I thought came out of the whole movement with the Black Lives Matter was that people had the opportunity to make changes individual level, city to city. That was the platform to step up and look internally and make changes as, you know, citizens, and say what, and look at your policing, you know, what were the demographics? were you seeing were you seeing your police department mirror your community in terms of the demographics? If you were 93% African American, do you see 93% African American on your police force? You know what I mean? Like those type of things. Are you seeing that you have a citizen review board where that when there are complaints made against police officers, how is that process being done? Is it an easy process? Are those complaints being reviewed by peers or by citizens? And who appoints those citizens to that review board? Those type of things. Those none of that was ever talked about. I feel like when I spoke on those type of levels, people were like, huh? What? And it was like, why wouldn't we ask about that? Why wouldn't you want to know that? Do you know that? Do you know about that in your community?
Wait a second. Time out. The reason I say that, Kat, I hear what you're saying. Okay? Welcome back, Hughes, Mixer. But when I say I want it for my people, I just don't want to do the work for it.
It's that's like ignorant, isn't it?
If there's I have different ambitions. You know what I mean? My ambitions, I shouldn't have to put myself aside for the betterment of this community. It should be somebody who's still within that community that builds it with up. Even though I came from that area and I am successful, I'm no longer associated. I want those people.
No, I mean within the community you are now. Wherever you are now.
Right.
That's what I want to know.
Oh no, I would definitely, where I'm at now, I'm always participating. You know what I'm saying? Town hall meetings or what have you. That's within. But the area that I came from, I can't. I want them to build themselves up, but I don't want to associate them.
Absolutely. So that's all I'm saying. Even from wherever you're at, those are real questions that I have that are people asking, are people involved in.
I want to jump in there. I want to pose a question to the whole panel. Let's have fun with this. Mm-hmm. And Miss Kat, I want to get your opinion on this as well. Mm-hmm. What if I told everybody on the panel that there was a community of people that were living fluently? Yeah. They had their own.
I gotta say, I appreciate you.
Okay.
I don't hear anything.
Yeah. So I guess I'll continue. So now, sure. What if I told everybody here that there was a community, and it was an African American community that they were moving fluently, and this was in the 20th century. They were moving fluently. They had their own banks. They had their own police department. They had their own lifestyle. And the average dollar stayed in the community 33 days before it left outside of that community, that Black community. And what if I told you what happened to that community was an act of war by the American government because these Black people were moving too far, too fast? They were only 150 years away from slavery. And that place that we are talking about is
Oklahoma.
Tulsa, Oklahoma. So when you hear the reluctancy in Black people's voices to get involved in something, it makes me cringe, because I'm one of those who say, hey, man, let's not talk it, let's walk it. But the majority of Black people, now I won't even say the majority, a lot of Black people have had their will beat out of them. And if they haven't had it beaten out of them, they've seen it happen to the Black leaders, to the Black voices that stand up and buck against the system. And just in general, the lifestyle here in America, and I'm speaking, and you might have heard me say it today, death to America. I'm speaking from a perspective of, Why would I be on the side of America? And America's never been on my side. It's never been on people who look like me side. And if they ever were offering a hand of any type of helping, it was something to gain. Even the Emancipation of Proclamation, which was not a freedom or liberation of slaves, but it was the transfer of ownership, which is why they created the so-called police station that we're talking about, to recapture these guys and put them under the system and put them in prisons, because that was the same thing as slavery. So I hear everybody's perspectives, but I think it goes way deeper than where we are in 2022. Right now, we are reaping the fruit of spoiled roots that have been spoiled and poisoned, not by us.
Hey, speaking of Black Wall Street, it is the 120-year anniversary.
Correct.
But you've been on point tonight, Dapper Dave. And I was gonna say to you too, Miss Kit Kat, I really appreciate um, your input tonight, because I learned some things, and you gave me some ideas about things to do, like far as the city council meetings and the planning and stuff like that, because I don't pay attention to that stuff. And so it kind of makes me feel crazy, because I sit up and I do complain a lot, but it is things that we can do. I do know that you need to have people that have your interests in mind in elected positions and stuff like that. So, I'll tell y'all a story one time about this guy I worked with. He was a white guy named Thomas. We were first day at the job. I was like, we were talking, we were doing sound mixing and stuff. So he was like, yeah, I get into it with those Black Lives Matter idiots all the time. And at the time, I didn't realize who owned Black Lives Matter. It's not anybody black. It don't have nothing to do with it. So at the time, I was pissed. And so, I told him, I just told him from my point of view. I was like, bro, when you leave here tonight, do you have to worry about if you get pulled over by the cops? It might just end in your life getting taken. He was like, nope. So we had that dialogue, and that's why this is important. And I really appreciate you for coming on, because the only way you can have a solution is to have dialogue. You got to talk about it and understand both people's points of views. So you gave us some really healthy tips on how to, make your community what you want it to be tonight. Dapper Dave, you've been on point tonight. E, you've been on point. It's a dope show. And that's what I want to say before y'all go. Y'all can proceed. I'm gonna be quiet now,
Hey,
because
yeah,
my
real
devices
quick,
won't let me
cuz.
be great.
Hey, real quick, cuz. Hey, Kit Kat, thank you for chiming in, cuz. You know what I'm saying? From Massachusetts, you know what I'm saying, cuz. And you right. It's on us not to be lazy. It's all about effort. The reality is, who can't take a weekend to go to a town hall, town council meeting, or what have you, just to even meet the elected officials, to get your name out there, and then just to vote. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just got their voters registration card about maybe, what was it, 2 or 3 weeks ago. So it's only about a weekend or so just to put in that associated work. But just to go back to the cliff, go back to that area, cuz.
Man, can I say this real quick, man? And this is for, again, Kat, thank you for coming on. Like everybody said, we have to have these conversations. This is for every black person who's watching, or minority group. What you got to understand is, in this country, America has already established itself. Think about America and how it came into existence. Did they come over here and ask to come over? And when they got here, what did they do? They slaughtered everybody who was already here, or they beat them into contention until they gave up their will and came up with an agreement. Black people, if you want to see some real change, it's not in a voting booth. Malcolm X said that we are going to come to a day where it's the bullet or the ballot. And if the ballot doesn't work, and it has not worked for you, don't think because Obama was the president, he was your president. He was America's president. What did he do for you? Nothing. It's time for the bullet. White people do not move on the merit of democracy. It's more autocracy than it is anything. How did this country come into existence? Did they democratically come over here and ask the Native Americans, hey, can we take this country? No, there was an autocracy in place. They grabbed their bullets, they grabbed their guns, and they slaughtered everything in their way. Not just in America, but everywhere they go. They understand something that you guys are afraid of. That if you want liberation, what does the man say? Give me
Give me death
liberty or give
or
me
death.
death. Now,
Facts.
this is one of our founding fathers of this great nation, so-called great nation. And what he just said is,
Don't be hating.
do or die. And until black people get to the point where you're going to do or die, you're going to pick up your gun, you're going to rally your troops, you're going to be standing in a voting booth watching everything play out the same way it's played out for the last 450 years.
Okay, let me say this. I ain't gonna push the bullet, but I will push like I said, I was saying before my stuff broke up. God. I'm a believer in God. I don't know what everybody else believe in, but I believe in God. I believe God has given us everything we need to succeed. We spend $1.7 trillion a year in this economy, just black people in the United States. So we don't have to. We would be the sixth richest nation in the world, just us in the United States. So you got to be more smarter with your money. Everybody's tradition is not for you. Like, you don't have to go out and spend money every time they say, the powers that be say. Now, I'm not gonna make this a color deal, because I know we hold the keys to what we're doing. If you withdraw your money, then you get a little respect. But if you're getting treated like we've been getting treated, like you said, for 400 years, and you still giving all your damn money back to this same system, you're not gonna never get the respect that you think you deserve or that you want. So the key to it for me is just hold on to your damn money, keep it in your community. Black Wall Street, the dollar stayed in the community 2 weeks. It rotated in that community 2 weeks before it ever went out. So that's basically what we have to do. We got to keep our money in our community. And that's what every community does.
We gotta do what white people do. White people are not democratic. Does it look like Putin is being democratic right now?
Well, Putin
No.
is prepared for. He's prepared for war. We're not prepared for war in America, bro. I don't know if you've been to the gun range lately, but we not in there.
That's the whole point that I'm making. Black people have to get to the point of give me liberty or give me death, and that will cause you to get prepared. Because white people, they do it all the time. They're not democratic people, although we have a so-called democracy. They are the opposite of that. What we are seeing happening in Russia is not a democratic mind state. It is the intent to have an autocracy where there is a dictator with rulership. So white people have this automatically, where we want to sit and we want to talk and we want to go and vote and we want to do all this. But at the end of the day, when them motherfuckers ran through Washington, nobody was trying to talk about nothing. And black people don't move that way, bro.
Well, it takes a huge amount of courage to do that. So
It takes it takes
you got to think.
audacity. Audacity is the word. They have the
Yeah.
audacity even to walk in on Capitol Hill with the audacious mind
Well, they
state.
knew they wasn't gonna get killed, bro. They knew they knew they weren't gonna get hurt. You best believe if the Capitol Police would have been not eased, they was eased because they knew it was coming. Man, if the Capitol Police would have been on their shit, then people would have got slaughtered out there, bro. So they knew that nothing was gonna happen to them. That was just a fluke. That wasn't real, bro.
I
Why you
mean,
think that a lot of them not going to jail?
I watched black people walk peacefully and be beaten with clubs, bitten by dogs, and shot by water hoses.
So
Peacefully.
we just established it's not the same. We're not gonna get the same results. If we go through there, we're gonna die. So are you willing to sacrifice your life for the betterment of your people? That's what it comes down to.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm gonna sacrifice to stay here with my kids
Hey
and make
man,
sure that I raise them. You know,
I get it. Like how you
yeah,
just
I'm
said,
not. But
about that young brother, 15 years old. You have to come to a point where you love something so much that you're ready to die for it. And that has to be that love that you have for your people. The same way he had that love for his cousin. That's what black people are missing. We don't love
Oh, we
nothing more than
definitely we hate ourselves, so
There we
we
go.
can't love each other when we hate ourselves.
Man, what I run
Yeah.
across with the so-called woke black people in today's, man, these niggas is half sleep because they don't love nothing more than they love themselves, me, my four, and no more. That's the mentality that keeps us divided. This is the mentality why we can't run into Capitol Hill.
Yeah. Yeah.
120.
And
You
let me just
damn
say this.
right.
I think Miss Kit Kat might have got frustrated. But if you still watching Miss Kit Kat, I just want you to know it I'm not against racism, because the ISM, I'm not against a racist. Let me say, I'm not against the IST part, because that's only saying that you're partial to your race. You want to see people that look like you do good. You're partial to them. That's racist. There's nothing wrong with being a racist, So, but it's when you put ISM on it, becomes an act. So I don't want nobody to think that we hate white people. None of that. Because I seen her shaking her head. So we're gonna clarify that right now. I'm gonna speak for me. I ain't Dapper Dave looking like. Let me speak for my damn self. So I let Dapper Dave say how he feel about it. But for me, I have white people in my family, so it's not about that. But I am partial to my people. I do want to see my people get better, and I feel like these conversations have to be had. So I just wanted to put that out there because that was on me to say that.
I'm gonna say this, man. I don't think it's a mistake as to how I feel about things, and I'm speaking for myself. Um, there's a distrust on my end that I think should exist in every black man's end here in this country. And until white people take on other white people on the behalf of black people for us to see this systemic change that needs to happen, then I'm going to stay in this mind state because we can't. The best thing a white person can do for us is convince other white people that they need to change. Period. Till then,
Yeah.
I'll be cordial and I can even befriend you once you've shown yourself worthy for friendship, but you're guilty into proven innocent as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. I mean, you just look at how we treated in this country. I mean, you have no choice but to be that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't think nobody's lacking that. Everybody's looking at you with the side eye. So that most definitely, everything needs to be examined. What you got for us, E?
Hey, cuz, thank you for timing in from all the way Massachusetts, Boston, cuz. Yeah.
Nah, but for real though,
Nice.
like she made some very valid points though. Like, I never thought
No, she
about
was right.
attending those meetings and stuff like that. That's dope. That was much needed information.
I don't think it matters, bro. If you still listening, Cat, what I see in you, I don't know if you're white or not, but you look like it to me. What I see in you is a person who is probably a good person. You probably really mean well and how you think, but your reality is different than mine. And when I talk about you talking about city meetings and town home meetings, I'm talking about a whole community where they had their own Wall Street, where they had their own banks, where they had their own hospitals, where they had their own everything. And if this is not a great indication as to the systematic problem that exists in this country, they had an act of war brought on them for the simple fact that they were doing what you are telling us we should do now.
Hey, man, why you attacking Cat? She
I
ain't
mean,
even
that's a
nothing.
boy,
She
Dapper Dave.
just
I gotta give it to
chiming
you, bro. I gotta give it to you, Dapper Dave. That is a great point, bro, and that is like, and it goes back to what J. Edgar Hoover said. It will never be another black messiah. So when you start doing things like that, you come off as a black messiah, and you definitely gonna get knocked off. So like you said, the realities are different. But that's why it's good to have dialogue. So that's why I said that's what me and Thomas are still cool to this day. I wanted to pulverize him when he was like them Black Lives Matter idiots. But then when I told him that I go out playing defense every day, I got to play defense. I don't have the opportunity to go out and play offense and say, oh, this needs to be developed right here. This needs to be done right here. This needs to be done. I don't have that ability. I got to go out and play defense and stay the fuck out the way if I want to get back to my kids. So once I explained that to Thomas, Thomas understood the black problem. Like he understood the black point of view. So that's the only way we gonna understand each other is by having dialogue. So like I said, I really appreciate her. I hope she, comes back,
Don't
you know.
unsubscribe because we really do appreciate you. Don't unsubscribe.
Now, real
Yeah.
quick, and this is just, you guys ever go to the movies?
Sometimes.
Back in the 90s, you go
Well,
as a
not since
kid.
they had HBO Max.
Right. Say, for instance, what was the movie? You saw Rush Hour back in the 90s? You see Fast and Furious?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you remember what movie previews you would see? Were any of them black-led
Nah.
movie stars?
I could pretty much say that was early 2000s.
Unless it was Eddie Murphy and the Nutty Professor, I'll be honest, I really didn't see, and it's crazy, and it doesn't matter. I'm speaking earlier. I was speaking towards like the hood, and now I'm just speaking in general. You can go to any nice theater, and even today, unless you Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy, unless you at that point in time, who was another Denzel Washington or Will Smith, I would see everybody else. I wouldn't see anybody like me on those movies or in the what is it, the previews of the movies. It's always in America. It's always somebody else. It wasn't until, and even now, when you look at 2018, you may see a Michael B. Jordan movie. You may see, who else is pretty dominant now. Jordan Peele. You may see one of his features with an up and coming actor. But the reality is, we don't. Even now, you don't see black-led in our movie previews. It's not just, they used to say it was in Europe and Asia where it was predominantly, but no, it's in America too. You don't see products about ourselves or a Tyler Perry production. Salute to him on that part, at least.
You know what though, man? It's not just the United States that we get treated like this. The United States has, with the movies like Boys in the Hood, they blasted those movies all across the world. So that's what people's perception of us are, that we're barbaric and we're illiterate and we're stupid and dumb. So it's not just the United States. This is the whole entire world. And like we were speaking about earlier, this is not something that a man is doing. This is spiritual, bro. This is on us. We gotta fix it. We
Hey,
gotta we gotta come out of the wilderness. We gotta start keeping our money that God has blessed us. Even with all the little rinky dink jobs we got, we still spend $1.7 trillion. If you pull that shit back, even if you take 50% of it back, you're gonna get a little respect. You can just look at our Hispanic brothers and sisters. Look what they've done since 2000. I've been watching them since 2000 because I told you I was on the bus. It was a Hispanic bus driver. He said, "We're taking Tejas back one day at a time." I laughed at that man. The next thing I knew, I started seeing Hispanic people going to college, becoming politicians,
Hey,
getting in there, making sure that they get the best interest of their people done. Businesses start coming up galore. They ain't riding in the cars 5 deep or 6 deep no more. It's 5 or 6 Tahoes now. You know what I'm saying? So like, they went and fixed the problem financially,
they
and they
they
got the respect now. Why you
they
think you got to be bilingual to get most jobs now?
because they're outnumbering, but their problem isn't fixed. And if we're going to be all the way 100, they are the
Why you say
same.
that?
Where is it fixed?
They're not being oppressed. I mean,
They
they took
definitely
their.
are. They
No,
definitely
no, 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 no. If you ride through our neighborhood, bro, ride through our neighborhood, Pleasant Grove. They got grocery stores.
okay.
They got tire shops. They
Okay.
got they got cleaners. They got car lots. They
They
got
got a
every fucking thing
they
they need.
they are still being oppressed because the only thing you have to do to be able to find and oppress people, look at the prisons. And you want to know who outnumbers everybody in this country in the prison system?
Oh yeah, they like 3 to 1.
They are oppressed. This is if oppressed was an illness, prison is a symptom of that illness. They're in the
Well, I
same
see.
boat. They're in the same boat as us because we're the same people. I, for one, believe in the prophecies. I believe in the curse of Deuteronomy. and it sounds good. And if it was that easy, I just saw J.R. Smith saying, yo, man, I was talking to this one and this one. And I'm like, yo, why don't we do this, and that? Well, brother, I got news for you. You're not going to do it. Because the word said that you wouldn't, based on who you are and what your forefathers did. So the only person that can get us out of this situation is the Most High. And when you see things happening the way it's happening in Russia, this is a sketch closer to that, which is why I'm saying death to America.
Woo! On that note, we would like to thank everybody that tuned in with us tonight. Thank everybody that come in and participated on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. We ask that you hit the like button, that subscribe button. If you watch this video later, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. We are the most interactive magazine on the planet, and we will most definitely get with you. And we respect everybody's opinions, everybody's outlooks. I think we had a healthy dialogue. I think we had a dope show. It's good to have Dapper Dave back on the set on the panel with us. E as usual, y'all got. Matter of fact, we just got all off our damn topics. I think we had like one more. Let's try to knock them out real quick. Keeping up with Kim and Kanye.
Oh man.
He took my advice. He went and found one that looked like her. I said, man, you can go build you one. So shout out Kanye West, man. Hey, just when I be ready to put the finishing touches on the grave, Kanye stick his hand back out and say, "Not yet." Don't put me down just yet. Yeah, so she's a spitting image of Kim K. So at this point, I feel like he's just trolling her. He's a billionaire. He ain't got shit else to do besides troll his ex. So salute Kanye West. Do y'all got anything else on him? I didn't see nothing but that this week.
She's recently single. She's single and she dropped the last name West off of her name. So congratulations, Kim. But I'm gonna ride with Kanye. I don't care. It is
Oh
weird.
yeah, I'm most definitely. I'm rooting for Kanye. Right. I'm definitely. Hell yeah, I don't want to see him crash out behind her, especially. Right. Because to me, I don't know. They came from nowhere. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get the Kardashian curse. I don't get it. But however,
goddamn gypsies.
Yeah. So and they're known to be carnies. That's what I know gypsies to be, carnies. People that run the carnivals and stuff. I don't never known them to be like super duper rich. But things you shouldn't sleep on for this week.
Don't let stress overwhelm you. Let it go. That's it.
Boy, he be preaching to me, man. I swear he be preaching to me on this thing, boy. Hey, go ahead. What you got for us, David?
Man, do not sleep on that motherfucking Genius documentary where it denotes Kanye's process to superstardom. I think what you'll find if you really watch it is really, really good. And you'll see him go against adversity and come out to be the biggest star in the world. So check it out, man. It's dope as fuck.
Okay, what I got for him this week, man? What should I say? I'm going to say don't sleep on doing self-analyzation, looking in the mirror. Don't sleep on it. You know what I'm saying? Always look at yourself and see what you can do better at. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect. Nobody's gonna make all their goals. But you can always self-evaluate because that's the only way you're gonna get better. If you evaluate yourself, you're gonna be honest with yourself. You're gonna tell yourself, you need to do better at this. So don't sleep on evaluating yourself. Stop pointing the fingers at other people and evaluate self. That's what I got for y'all. And like I said, once again, I appreciate everybody for tuning in with us tonight. This is Hip Hop Alliance, Hip Hop Alliance magazine, the most interactive magazine on the planet. Presented by them is Street Talk, episode 55. We came a long way with it, y'all. To the left of me is my guy, Toxic the Dun, Dapper Dave. Y'all got any parting words before we get out of here, fellas?
No.
Long ass show. Long
No.
answer. Salute our guest again.
From
Miss Kit
Boston,
Kat.
cuz that's pretty tight, fam.
Yeah, I appreciate all the input. That is definitely you know, like Dapper Dave said, it's a good idea, but it's scary at the same damn time. But you know, it just goes hand in hand with you know, you got to put your own politicians in there too. So if you put your own politicians in there, and then you go into those meetings, then you cooking with grease. You know, that's just my opinion. You know, so maybe we just need to look at that down the line. You know, and start trying to. You know, people say about the revolution, it need to be televised. I don't believe in that shit. I believe the revolution need to be quiet, and they just look
Oh
around
no.
and you're there, and you just say I've arrived. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying? And we can't be televising it no more, man. You know, I think
gotta be
you
televised.
know, nah,
It's
man,
gotta be televised.
it ain't gonna succeed if it's televised.
Shit.
It's gonna get broke up.
We watching what's going on with Russia right now. It's televised. And they ain't gonna stop Russia just because we see it. But we want the world to see how this thing is gonna end. It's gotta be televised. You motherfuckers thought y'all won? Well, guess what? This is how the story ends. And when God come back to this motherfucker, this is probably what he looks like.
On that note, y'all have a good night. We will see y'all. Hey, y'all want to do the other? Can we get back to Sundays, y'all? Y'all want to get back to Sundays, man? Because it's no football. It's
Yeah,
pretty
I'm off
boring
of
on Sundays again. All right, so you good with Sunday?
Yeah, I work till 5. So long as it's afterwards, that's okay.
So about 7:30.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right, we will be back at y'all 7:30 with all new topics. We might touch on some. You know, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm stuck on Memphis. So if Memphis presents something else, I will be will be giving my input on Memphis. And I said pray for Memphis, but also pray for Dallas. Like I said, we had a shooting today where it's over 70-something shots shot into a house. You know, our shootings are endless as well. So we just got to get better, man. We got to get better.
Man,
But
fuck Memphis and Jesse Jackson.
my mama called the name of the guy. My mama called the name of his right hand man, Martin Luther King's right hand man today. I can't remember it, but you know he probably had a lot to do with it too. They say Jesse step out the way.
Yeah,
They say
I know
Jesse
who you
made
talk. I
it a
saw
clear
that clip.
shot.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah, Jesse allegedly stepped out the way.
He said, "I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick, bro." Yeah, I got
Yeah, I'll be right back.
you. Yeah.
But yeah, we go, man. Y'all have a good night, man. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.
Squad.
Yeah. One more time around. Everything's slowing down. Can't control it. Say that you're for me. Right now I need loyalty. It's hard for me to judge you. I've been in before this. I've been through the troubles. It's hard to let you in. I've been giving you the runaround. I double on the dosage. I don't need emotion. Right now we young and we dumb and we lit. Been thinking back before when we was kids, yeah. I was caught up in the mystery. And we live for the moment, respond to a calling. It's bigger than all of us, right to the wheels. Give anything to feel something new. High if I fall, no I did it going all in. At the time of my life, right for the squad.